accept this thing going forward. Lastly, you see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going. Thank you.
These so-called Democrats need to understand this. When thousands of Nigerians died in their hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medicine, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing is happening in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they understand, there are instructions from the other side. They come, they do everything to apply it. It's shameful. Some have decided not to supply electricity to our countries. It's not free, we pay for it. And it contributes to their economy. They tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the agreements and no longer providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt, it doesn't work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything to ensure it. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood them very well. Some have closed their ports, which actually goes against all international texts, because you cannot close ports to a landlocked country. They did it, they violated the text. The international community said nothing. No one spoke in ECOWAS. But in the ports, we do not transit our goods for free. We pay. And those who do not société are now facing the consequences. And I think it's a lesson for them too, that they should not always follow their master's orders. They need to understand this forever. ECOWAS has never issued a statement to congratulate a victory of our armies. Barely, it condemns half-heartedly, and very rarely when there are massacres. Where is this ECOWAS of the people? In short, we cannot list all the harm that has been done to our people, but we have decided with full awareness to withdraw and focus on our common organization, which is the AEC. Remember that. There is no fear, because in exploring and getting to work, we noticed one thing. Recently, some have decided to ban the export of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well. They have set a duration. We will ensure that at the end of this duration, we will ban the entry of these products into our territory.
Hey, let's talk about Burkina Faso. Faso! Shut up. Burkina Faso is roughly the size of Colorado, a little bit bigger, okay? If you were looking at Africa, look, it's around here. I know it's inverted. Okay, if Africa looks like kind of a backwards P, it's in this part. So, she used to be called Upper Volta, colonial ass name, until the 80s, when a man named Thomas Sankara became the leader of the nation. He did things that, in my opinion, Ibrahim Traore, who is now who everybody's talking about, Ibrahim Traore is very much part 2 of Sankara, in my opinion, because it's the whole premise of like, okay, we don't fucking need Europe's help. We don't need America's. We got it. We are resource rich. Fuck off, because all of y'all's help comes with you exploiting us. So here are some things that Thomas Sankara, he was the leader from 1983 to 1987 until his assassination, which is why Trayore, may God's protection be with you. Sankara, first things first, change the fucking name from Upper Volta. That means nothing to the people. Girl, that's not even their language. So he changed the name to Burkina Faso, which means the land of upright people. Love it. He was a feminist, okay? His security crew, whole bunch of baddies on motorcycles. He outlawed female circ, or FGM. He outlawed polygamy, and he outlawed forced marriage. One of his, like, in my opinion, greatest accomplishments was he had a huge vaccine program. The infant mortality rate was like 20%. It was very high. And it dropped 6% during his presidency because he had mass programs getting people and kids vaccinated for things like polio, measles, meningitis. Preventable shit, right? And guess what? It worked. So the infant mortality rate dropped a lot, 6% during his presidency. The country had been experiencing deforestation, so he planted 10 million trees. Yeah. He also established work programs to have like over 20% of the nation's land irrigated, and he made it a thing that all of the government vehicles, at this point, they were Mercedes. He said, girl, nah, that's crazy. And he got them like a whole bunch of damn hoopties. I don't know what actually kind of car, but he was like, why are we trying to flaunt all kind of wealth when our people, the people of this nation, need help? We're not going to live all lavish if they're living in squalor. No, we're going to rise up as a whole nation. Very good. He said, also, people in the government, y'all don't need no first class flight. Mama, right economy. Good shit. And what else? Oh, that the government officials are going to wear traditional garb of their country. Garments that are made with Burkinabe cotton and sewn together and crafted by craftsmen of their nation. Stop buying all this, you know, European fucking no. Very good. So just did a lot of things that really helped the nation and created solidarity amongst the people. And also he didn't want any pictures of himself in any kind of public government office. He was like, no, there are a million me. There's a million Thomas Sankaras. And he said, they can kill revolutionaries, but they cannot kill ideas. Tremendous. Now, there is a young man in charge of Burkina Faso his name is Ibrahim Traore. So Sankara was 1983 through 1987. Right now is a guy named Trayore. Perhaps you've been hearing about him. In regards to Ibrahim Traore, mind your sources if you're gonna look stuff up, because the way they speak of him in his own nation and in his own continent at large. If you go to African news sources, very favorable. Western news sources are like, oh God, whoa, is this about to be a bad thing? Meanwhile, all the people of Africa are like, we love him! So I'm gonna go ahead and follow their lead, seeing as they're there, you know? Also, here's why the West is pissed. Because Trayore has paid off all of Burkina Faso's debt. The international bank and all kind of funds globally have been like, hey, do you guys need a loan? Do you want anything? Do you need anything? Do you want a loan? And he's like, we're cool. Don't want your money. Because it's never just a handout, girl. They're never just like, here's some money because we're being nice. They want something in return. Duh. So paid off all their debt and was like, no thanks, we don't need your money. Saudi Arabia said, here's a bunch of money so that you can build 200 mosques. He said, no. If you give us that money, we're going to be building schools and hospitals. Not really sure if they're going to get that money or not. But, okay, Trayore. Very much continuing Sankara's, health programs. He's gotten a bunch of vehicles to go, mobile clinics. So that way, people that are in rural areas or in, I don't want to say deserted areas, but remote areas, hard to get to areas, don't worry, we'll come to you. They have refrigerated trucks and everything so that they can keep the vaccines and continuing this, medical push. Very good. He has built 2 tomato processing plants so that the country can be self-sustaining in terms of food. He has built the country's 2nd cotton processing plant. And, okay, mind you, again, the size of this country is a little bit bigger than the state of Colorado. Or, I don't know where you're from. A little bit bigger than New Zealand. Aotearoa. He procured and distributed 400 tractors, along with other things like motorcycles and other kind of transport things. Because mind you, they're very much doing shit by hand. And beasts of burden, cows and mules and stuff, to help with agricultural work. So he got a fleet of tractors, and they're all free to use to the farmers. And he's also been distributing high quality seeds and fertilizer in order to help agricultural production. He's also said that if a woman gives birth, that's free. She doesn't need to pay for her hospital stay. And here's how I know. Literally all the African leaders are like, strong work, Ibrahim. Very good. Except for fucking Ruto. Ruto, I made a fucking video about you last year. Your own people don't even like you. Why? You think I'm gonna listen to what you got to say about, I don't like him as a leader? Your own people don't fuck with you as a leader. Get out of office, girl. They're sick of you. Anyway, that's the tea. I'm Burkina Faso. Oh my God, I almost forgot the most important part. So, all of the homeopathic, natural, spiritual healers and practitioners have come together and said, you're protected, Ibrahim. We got you covered. Why did that just give me goosebumps? May God bless this man.
White people love to segregate themselves from black people. But they do not want us to build community without them because they fear that our communities will thrive more than theirs. They are scared of what an all-Black community would mean for them. They're talking about segregation now because to them, segregation is power. It is their way of controlling us. And again, they're also trying to incite us. So that way we take the streets and they can kill us. Okay? That's exactly what's going on here. Okay? And let me just tell you, white people, our communities will thrive. We don't need you.
Please listen. This will shock you right now. Something is going on in Cameroon. An abomination is happening over there. Just pay attention and listen to this. Could you believe that vibrant youths in Cameroon are contributing money, more than 5 million CFA francs, so that Paul Pierre, the 93 years old president that have ruled Cameroon for more than 40 years, still ruling right now, so that Paul Pierre, when they piss for body, when they shit for body, Paul Pierre no they think well, no they talk well, no they feel waka, so that Paul Pierre will contest for next Cameroon presidential election this year. Could you believe that? Vibrant youths in Cameroon are doing this. Could you believe that? Now, take a look at the Cameroon we are talking about that Paul Pierre ruled for more than 40 years. Take a look at Cameroon.
Paul Biya. Oh yeah. Paul Biya. Oh yeah. Paul Biya. Oh yeah. Paul Biya. Vive l'amitié entre la République populaire et le Cameroun. Vive son Excellence Paul Biya.
Before the Southwest people and in front of cameras, they count. The amount is 5 million francs CFA. The Southwest Youth contributions, part of the 30 million legal deposit to support President Paul Biya's candidacy for the 2025 presidential election.
We are peace lovers, and today we make our choice known. We stand with President Paul Biya. We stand with President Paul Biya. We therefore heartily support his candidacy and pledge to give a massive vote.
Now, can you see what I'm saying? Vibrant youths in Cameroon are doing this. When I say that new colonialism is still going on here in Africa, you will believe France. Emmanuel Macron is the one ruling Cameroon from France. Paul Biya is not a dictator. For ruling for more than 40 years, still want to rule. So Paul Biya will be 100 years still ruling Cameroon. This is not a laughing matter, but sometimes I feel like laughing. I can't hold it. Vibrant youth. France still ruling Cameroon. They said they gave Cameroon independence, right? But they are still influencing Cameroon. They are still ruling Cameroon. And the youth are supporting them to the extent of donating money so that Paul Biya will still be the president of Cameroon. Paul Biya will be 100 years ruling Cameroon. Who does that?
Good morning, my Black Africa kings and queens in the building. The topic of today is President Ibrahim. I want every state, every land in Africa to follow this footstep of that young man. A place like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Congo, Togo, Cameroon, South Africa, a young man have to come out from this land. Like the way President Ibrahim is representing Burkina Faso as a president, a good leader, a king, the best for all. Like for example, Nigeria, we also want to have a young man, not an old man who is close to his grave. We don't need people like that. We don't need corrupts in our midst anymore. We don't need betrayers in our midst anymore. We don't need people with two faces in our midst anymore. We want people that will work with one mind, one voice. Africa, unite. Africa, come together. Africa, love your brothers and sisters. Black Africa, wherever you find yourself on this planet, support your brothers and sisters. Those superstars in America, Kanye West, Rihanna, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Echo, Wedan and Nicki Minaj. Most of you people, you need to come together and open a business for your people. Because we don't need this white slave master in our midst anymore. We don't want slavery in our community anymore. Black people, you are intelligent. You are everything on this earth. Without you, there is no earth. This is your time. Unite. Love each other. Support each other. Do not stab your brother on the back. Do not sell your brother to the white slave master. Do not take what belongs to your land to the land of white slave master. At the end of the day, they call your mothers, your children, poor people. Whereas you people were the queens and king on this earth. Those that are supposed to be a slave, they are not living luxurious life. For example, America, Germany, France, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, Switzerland. We need to put an end into all these things. This is absolutely brainwash manipulation from the pit of earth. We need to stop the enemy. Stop giving chance to enemy to manipulate the land of Africa, the property of Africans. Anywhere you see a white man and a white woman in Africa, please position them. They are not from that place. They don't belong there. Please do that. Africa belongs to Africa. Africa belongs to Africans. Africa belongs to black Africans. Please stand for your rights. Unite. Love. As I always say, love one another. With love, we can do everything together. With love, we can claim everything they stole from us. With interest, a white man never love you. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived. They never love you. A white woman never love you. It was always a game. Pretend. I love you, my people. Share this video to every black community. If you like, share it to their community. I say what I say. I can defend myself in any court of law. There is a time for everything. And this time around, I do not play game or dirty game with my enemies or with oppressor. I love you all. Stay blessed and be focused. One love, Africa.
Guys, Ibrahim Traore have challenged African Union, ECOWAS, all the corrupt African leaders. He sent serious warning to all of them. He said, it is high time you guys should stop condemning Africans who want to fight against these imperialist powers here, these colonial masters here in Africa, this Western puppet of leaders we have here in Africa. It's high time you guys should stop condemning them. You couldn't do it. Now Africans, the youth, want to fight against these guys, and these Western leaders are using you guys to condemn Africans for trying to fight against these imperialist powers here in Africa, what is wrong with you? He sent serious warning to all of them. He said, enough is enough. Look, enough is enough. It's better you guys go and sit down. We all know that African Union and ECOWAS are Western organizations. He told them this. We all know. But it is high time you guys go and sit down. Allow Africans, the youth, to liberate themselves. Africa want to feel among. They want to be better than other continents. Normally, Africa is supposed to be the richest continent all over the world. But see us. We are the poorest here. We are the poorest. So Ibrahim Traore told them he is ready, and others are also ready to support him to liberate Africa. Guys, what do you think of this? It is high time we close ECOWAS, African Union. What are they uniting this African Union? For decades, they have been watching these Western leaders exploiting, sponsoring terrorists here in Africa, taking away our mineral resources, our raw materials. They have been looking at them like this. They couldn't do anything. Right now, Africans want to fight, and these Western leaders are using them to condemn Africans for trying to free themselves from these Western leaders. 36 years old president, Ibrahim Traore, fearless man. Guys, what do you think? Share a comment on the comment section. Take a look at this news. China donated rice to Uganda here in Africa, about 1,600 and something tons of rice. Take a look at this. Rice, yes, rice. Not military equipment, rice, food to Uganda. Is this not an embarrassment? This man, the president of Uganda, Museveni, have been in power for more than 30-something years, non-stop, and he refused to step down. This man you are seeing, despite the vast of land all over Africa, these people cannot cultivate food they will eat. China is now helping them, supplying them with rice, not military equipment. And I have never heard that Uganda is fighting war. No insecurity in Uganda. Vast of land without slow. These people cannot cultivate food. So, and we are still expecting Chinese, Europeans to be respecting Africa, whereas they are giving us both military equipment to fight terrorists here in Africa, and they are still giving us food. Whoever that gives you food controls you. You see the kind of embarrassment these guys are bringing to us, we Africans.
Assalamu alaikum. Another week of the greatest paper on the planet. Africa's self-determination. Thousands rally in support of Captain Ibrahim Traore and his strong stance to unite his people and throw off the yoke of Western colonialism and exploitation. Heaven lies at the foot of mother. Go to www.finalcalldigital.com. Assalamu alaikum.
So we have some major breaking news coming from Eritrea. General Michael Langley, the same general that was fighting Ibrahim Traore and said that Ibrahim Traore was using the gold in Burkina Faso to enrich himself and for protection and for the satisfaction of the junta regime, is now after the Eritrean president. So the Eritrean president has been accused by General Langley of misusing the country's economy and refusing to take aid from the United States of America. You know, the United States of America wanted to give aid, food to Eritreans, claiming that there is a lot of hunger in Eritrea, but the Eritrean president has said that this is a propaganda being spread by the CIA and General Langley, and it is a way of trying to take him down. He has said that all the countries that are affiliated with Russia are now targeted by the United States of America, and the United States of America has a war of trying to contain Russia. But actually we know that Russia is winning this war.
All history and all knowledge comes from Africa. The human race originated in Africa. Civilization originated in Africa. Religion originated in Africa. Science came from Africa. Mathematics came from Africa. And that is our African heritage. We are going to have to fight to reclaim it and preserve it.